Hello everyone, welcome back to The Middle Way. I'm Marlene, and in this episode we'll journey even deeper into something called the observer. We've already spoken about the knower and the one who suffers in previous episodes, but today we'll uncover another subtle role that lives quietly inside every human heart, a role so simple yet so powerful. Sometimes it might be the only thing that carries us through the darkest nights. Who is the observer, and how is it different from the knower? The observer is something too subtle to have a form, but we can feel it. In the instant we perceive something without judgment. The knower may still be touched by emotion, still affected, still moving with thought, but the observer is not moved by anything. It doesn't interfere, it doesn't control, it doesn't divide things into what it likes or doesn't like. It simply sees with neutrality. If we compare them, the knower is the one experiencing emotion. The observer is the shadow that watches even the knower feel that emotion. That's how subtle it is. In truth, the observer might not even exist if we didn't name it. It's the act of pure seeing, but because we need a word to recognize it, we call it the observer, not to hold on to it, but to see clearly. The observer and the end of fabrication. The observer is the beginning of non-fabrication, because the moment we see the mind thinking, feeling, or judging, those things lose their grip, like a light dimming when someone turns down the switch. The observer is that switch. As soon as we know we are feeling anger, joy, sadness, something shifts, that knowing changes it. That is where fabrication begins to fall away. It's not that there are no emotions, it's that we're not entangled in them. We see the emotion without becoming it. The observer is not a cold, detached presence. It stands in the middle and sees everything as it is. The observer and the one who suffers. Imagine you're walking. You see a beautiful flower, and in a flash you feel joy. That is the one who suffers. You are immersed in sweetness, but a moment later you notice, I'm feeling joy. Now the knower has arrived, and if your heart is still enough, you might see that there is only a flower, only a feeling passing through, and you don't hold it, you just witness it. That is the observer. When the observer takes the lead, the observer doesn't arise by accident. There must be a subtle intention first. Like when you're hungry, calls and ask, why am I hungry? You start to explore the body or the mind. That moment of inquiry is the spark. Then the observer follows. It is not random. It's the result of a gentle wish to see truth. When the observer can truly be present, the best moment to be with the observer is during emotions that repeat, habits of the mind. If you're quick to anger, observe anger. If you often worry, observe that early flutter of worry. No need to force yourself to observe all day. Just once a day is enough. We still have work, duties, thinking to do. We don't have to watch ourselves 24/7. Just choose a free moment, like walking alone, washing dishes, sitting quietly. In that stillness, the observer appears. The observer and the middle way in mindfulness. There are two kinds of observers. One, used to develop deep insight. Two, a lighter kind for gentle awareness. The first one takes great energy. It should not be used constantly. It can bring tension or fatigue. But the second one is perfect for the middle way. It starts with a light intention to notice. From that noticing, mindfulness is born, and from mindfulness, wisdom begins to grow. Let's take a brief pause. We'll continue shortly in the next part of this journey. How the observer maintains inner balance. Whenever we cling to emotions, anger, craving, sadness, the observer is the first gate. It says, this is happening now. And from there, balance comes naturally, not by trying, not by escaping, just by seeing even dark thoughts or painful feelings. We just see them and let them pass. That is true balance, not from trying to be neutral, but from natural seeing. The difference between letting go and just seeing. Letting go often comes with hidden effort. We want to fix. We want to escape pain. We want to be good. But just seeing carries no agenda, no effort to change. Even if emotion arises, we don't resist. We understand it belongs to being human. We just see it, let it move with causes and conditions. That is the middle way. Real life example, feeling anger without becoming angry. In real life, the observer is a compass. It helps us not get lost. When anger rises and we simply say, I am angry, that moment softens the heat. The observer acts before the knower, but so quickly we hardly notice. Yet with practice, it becomes second nature. It becomes automatic, like a muscle trained over time. Eventually, it moves on its own. A gentle thought for those who just met the observer. Don't pressure yourself to be perfect. You don't need to be mindful all the time. You don't need to change your life overnight. Just set a soft intention that in one moment each day, you'll be with the observer, maybe in the car, while walking home, or right before sleep. And in that quiet space, just observe how your heart flows with the world. That is enough to begin. You don't have to hurry to become someone new just by seeing yourself. The world begins to change. Thank you for walking this path with us today. If you enjoy reflections like this, please follow the middle way so you won't miss the next journey within.